Hello and happy middle of the week. My name is Michael Leeserman here with the Trial Guides tip of the day. The date is April 17th, 2024, and today's tip comes from the classic in its third edition, Recovering for Psychological Injuries by Bill Barton. If you don't have this book, it's about psychological injuries and so much more. It's
Yep.
really, when I say classic, I mean it. And here to read the tip is Bill Barton. Thank you so much for being here, Bill.
Hey, good morning, Michael. Let me share with you because I want to give you the literal can, and I want to step back and give you the larger gestalt. If the defendant, and this is dealing with businesses, is a large corporation, explain that it is only a creature of paper, a money thing, an investment. It has no heartbeat, no body temperature. Its only vital signs are a profit and loss statement. This paper creature knows no tears. It's neither inherently moral nor immoral. It understands only profit and exists for profit. Now let's step back from that. That's an easy pitch. But what I'd like to do is to take my cases against businesses and turn them into de facto class actions. Think about that. And what you're doing with that is you're turning the plaintiff into a could be anybody. That's a de facto class action. And what you're doing is you're going upstream trying to find where this business entity, even though it may look very small in hindsight, like my son and I sued a trucking company in federal court maybe 3 years ago. And the trucking company was a semi that was doing 3 or 4 miles over the speed limit and injured somebody. We got a $4 million punitive damages on that. And we talked to the jury about the profit that a business makes when it structurally embeds within its trucks something that's illegal, going over the speed limit by 3 or 4 miles, as if it's just small. There's a reason when you're driving down the road in a semi, an 18-wheeler, we have rules. And when you choose to break those rules, what you're really doing is you're asking that corporation to disgorge the profits that they have made structurally spread out, amortized over a large fleet of trucks. And it's a very nice argument and is true. So I look for any business entity, I don't care what it is, how do they make their profit? Then I try to think about what a competitor has to do to stay within the rules. And where have they fudged even a small amount to their advantage? And then I spread that out over a company. And that's where your punitive damages come from. And it's not an accident. And then when they try and turn on the plaintiff, like they always do, you can say, this is your victim. You picked them. Hello, it could have been anybody. And now your defense is what? That the victim wasn't Charles Atlas? And here we go.
Wow. You say that the corporation is neither moral nor immoral, and yet it strikes me that by having a literal fiduciary duty to make a profit, and that's its duty, that yes, it is on paper, it has no heartbeat or body temperature. I love the poetic language. And yet the consequence of that is that there is immorality if they don't make good choices. And I would say immoral meaning causing suffering to others.
Yeah, I actually would go back one step earlier and say that they are choosing to not play by the rules that every competitor in the marketplace has to play by. And it may be a small advantage, but it's a big advantage when you spread it out over a fleet of trucks. 4 miles an hour is a big deal when you have how many units on the road at any point in time competing. And so really it doesn't take much. And when people start breaking the rules, there's no outer limit. 55 miles an hour means 55 miles an hour. It doesn't mean 56, and it doesn't mean 57. And it sure doesn't mean 58. Now, what does it mean? Doesn't mean 56. We don't need to go beyond that. And those are the rules. And they choose to break the rules to their own advantage. Stop. And that is a moral matter, a choice.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and really this framework. The way you think about cases is very helpful to all of us who are helping represent people against corporations.
Well, you would know all about this, Michael, with your trucking practice. So a little nudge from the side there. Thank you to you. I've heard your lecture and it's wonderful. And thank you for coming out to Oregon and educating us and sharing, my friend.
You are welcome. Let's take a deep breath together and be grateful to be alive this Wednesday. May we work today to help reduce suffering in the world. May our efforts as lawyers and as people help to repair the world. May we fiercely and compassionately advocate for our clients, champion their stories, and do so from a place of compassion. I'm going to ring a bell now. This can take you into a meditation practice, a prayer practice, or just remind you, wake up, it's Wednesday. Go out, do good things, and have fun while you're doing it.